So, David, one of the things that we are hearing here at Montreat this year is a lot of needs that these ministers are voicing that need to be addressed. And so, what are some of the needs that you're hearing about coming from these ministers at this moment?
A lot of our churches are looking for clergy of one kind or another: senior pastor, collegiate minister, youth minister. So there are a bunch of our folks are doing two jobs and then half of somebody else's until that position is filled. So I'm feeling some tiredness from them, and I would want our churches to give them a break, to not be so stressed that everything's not perfect right in this moment, um, and give them grace with those situations.
Wise words. So, another issue that we want to talk about is that there's a lot of discussion about the future of the church, and everybody's trying to figure out in this moment of time of deconstruction and post denominational world that we live in, what is the future of the church? And who knows what that means? And the terms that I just threw out are ambiguous at the least. But the one thing I know you are committed to is making certain that ministers that are here at Oasis, children's ministers, youth ministers, and collegiate ministers, are at the table when we are talking about the future of the church. How important is it to hear those voices?
I think it's incredibly important. Several of the organizations that are here sponsoring and participating have received a Lilly Endowment grant in the last few years, particularly to deal with how to help parents talk to their children about faith, and then how to bring children and youth into the worship service in a leadership role. So they see the issue. And the issue is the children are the future of the church. And we have to invest in children's ministry and youth ministry that nurtures them in their faith, so that when they're done with college and start their life as an adult, church is going to matter to them, and they're going to show up. Yeah. And if we skip all of that and just wait until they're church members with a family, I'm afraid it's too late.
And it is important to have those ministers in the room, whether we're talking congregational discussions about the future, denominational conversations about the future, or the church at large. They need to have a voice, and not just tokenism. I mean, really listening to them. And so as we talk about the future, what are some of the issues that you're hearing from these ministers that the church is not addressing at this moment that needs to address and rectify in the future?
I was just at a conference with the Evangelical Lutheran Church of America, and there was lots of conversation about neurodiversity, and how more and more of our children are undiagnosed with spectrum disorders, and that the church needs to be aware of that and needs to be a safe and welcoming and open space, understanding that means there might be some noise in the back or on the side, and there might be exceptions that need to be made for there's a wall where they can color, and things like that. So stretching beyond the very formal worship that many of us are used to and enjoy, to allow space for young people.
Wise words again.